All right, all right, all right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Ward Radio live stream. I am your host, Cardin Ellis, and today I am joined via Zoom by none other than Kwaku L, original gangsta of Midnight Mormons. And what's your Instagram now? Yeah, Kwaku?
Yeah, Kwaku.
Yeah, Kwaku. All right, I like it. And we're going to be reacting to, man, 3 things today, I guess, Kwaku. And everybody's getting it wrong. Everybody's getting it wrong. So you called me up this morning and you said, dude, are you reacting to this Elder McKay thing? And I said, oh, I've wanted to, but the blogger knackle has been so busy and crazy, I haven't gotten to it. So you and I agreed to talk about this today. Dive right in your thoughts, bro.
All right. So, it's getting posted. Well, first I saw the apology. I saw, Elder McKay's giving an apology. I'm like, oh, what happened? What did he do? You don't normally see letters posted from the church apologizing, right?
Yeah.
Like, what happened? Then I watched the video of what happened, and I was like, nothing burger. So basically, the hymn book was updated, right? And so, Let It Shine. It has different names depending which denomination, right? But this is a lot of mine. I'm gonna Let It Shine. Okay, that's put in the hymn book. And black members are like, heck yeah, cool. We got an African American spiritual in there. The thing is, for that hymn to work, you've got to sing it with joy, right? So when you're in the middle of Burley, Idaho, and the ward, pianist is an 87-year-old cotton top woman who is playing it, with her arthritis hands very slowly, and they're like, this
little light of mine.
It doesn't work, right? It doesn't work. It's kind of like the Spirit of God, like a fire is burning. We've all been in a world where that's not sang. It's supposed to be dun 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 dun, but it goes the Spirit, and it's like, oh my gosh, it lasts 10 minutes, right? It's supposed to be 3. So he's making a joke. He's like, look, I can't sing like that. I'm trying to sing a Negro spiritual, and I can't do it. He's making jokes that he's a stuffy old Caucasian man who can't sing this hymn. Okay, he's making fun of himself.
He's self-deprecating.
Yeah. Okay. And he said one thing. He was like, I feel like it was like oh I feel like an old runaway slave singing
Well, I've got it right here. Let me play it just for a second. Everybody knows exactly what's done. Now, this is from the page titled Generally Unquotable, which is just generally anti-Mormon news. So this isn't from a friendly website here, okay? We're not using the sanitized version, all right?
I've never heard of these. I've never heard of this account you're talking about. So
oh yeah, Generally Unquotable. She's been on John DeLynne's show. So anyway, here the video goes right here. Let's see what
joy to spend this weekend with you.
Let's see what he has to say. Elder McKay, go.
Well, brothers and sisters, it has been just a joy to spend this weekend with you, and especially the last hour plus. I've been so moved by what has been said and by what the Lord has been telling me. I hope that His Spirit may continue and that I won't get in the way of whatever God is trying to teach you. I've had a couple of experiences that have been less than spiritual. One coming out of the fact that maybe you can see it, but when you're on this stage, there's 2 just great big lights. And I call this the revenge of the grasshoppers, because when I was a child, you know what you do with a grasshopper and a magnifying glass. And so for all of those that I sent to the other side, now I'm got the same kind of light here on me, and I'm wearing glasses, and I've burned holes in my retina here.
Okay, so we're just going to pause right there and show you that, like, guys, this is a generally obviously educated and well-read person who's got a goofy sense of humor. And he started out this, what appears to be the Oklahoma City steak devotional with kind of, I wouldn't call it cringe, but just a failed attempt at humor of a mass murder of grasshoppers with magnifying glasses.
There's probably people like laughing, but you just can't hear them because of the way the mics are set up. We've all been in church and it's that way. It's right. He's
Sure.
just kind of being a little like off the shoulder, just being human talking. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And he's brought up light. He's brought up light, saying that the light from the blaring spotlights has burned a hole in his retina. Okay, so we let him continue. Elder McKay, go.
So I'm grateful for this light. I'm especially grateful that we could sing This Little Light of Mine. That's a song where white people try to sing like black people, and it's our hymn. But I want you to know that we sang it in our ward. I happen to be visiting our ward because I don't get to go to my home ward, and we sang it for intermediate or something hymn. And I'm sitting next to our second counselor there on the stand, and he's singing This Little Light of Mine, I'm a-gonna let it shine. And I went, dude, I wanted to turn to him and say, you know you're white. And he was saying, no, I'm an African slave is what I am. And I'm singing Swanee River. And anyway, I'm so glad it's in our hymn book. It does make you move just a little bit. And then there's another hymn in there that makes you move even more. I'm going to live so God can use me. I like that one. I'm grateful that we can rejoice in our music.
Divers don't three. Like your newlywed dad at Thanksgiving dinner, like you're like your new father-in-law at Thanksgiving dinner trying to connect with you. And I'm like, I was waiting though. I was waiting for him to drop the N-word or something. I was waiting, and it was like, oh, that's it? That's not worth an apology. Like Elder McKay, you're like I'm sorry. We have all said worse than that in our kitchen in the company of our own. Like, are we gonna really pretend this is condemnable?
Oh,
okay, like, guys, this is a nothing burger.
So did you show this to your family?
Yeah, I sent it and just to get some reactions, and they're like, just kind of like a stiff old guy who's just being kind of funny. It just, like Gen Xers and baby boomers just kind of have that sense of humor.
Yeah.
That's just how they like. The thing is, look, you can be offended about. Okay, I can't say what you can or can't be. Everyone just choose for themselves. But for me, the barometer to be offended is I have to be offended. And when I see a guy who's just like making an obvious joke, we can't sing this hymn well yet, right? Like,
yeah.
And the fact that he dropped the word "dude," you never hear general authorities say "dude." He's just being I was like, I thought it was funny. I'm like, guys, this is not, especially like the next two subjects we're going to talk about, like things that are actually bad happening. This is nothing. So anyway, I was waiting for the bad thing. I thought something, I kind of thought it was going to be like a Brad Wilcox, like, well, why did God make the blacks wait till 78? Why did he make the whites wait till 1830? I thought it was going to be like oh, no, Brad, stop. Brad, don't do it. Brad, don't do it. No, I didn't even. So anyway, I thought Elder McKay doesn't really have any.
Okay, so Kwaku, are you saying that I did the thumbnail wrong? Right now on the screen, I've got I got the thumbnail up where it first said everybody is wrong. However, I'm thinking maybe should the thumbnail say Elder McKay did nothing wrong? Should we do that? Elder McKay did nothing wrong. Change the thumbnail.
I think he did nothing wrong, but now that did nothing wrong thing has kind of been taken by the you put in did nothing wrong on Google, you're gonna get some weird results now.
Oh, we're taking it back. We're taking it back, bro. We're taking back ownership of did nothing wrong.
I was very like,
okay.
I really was expecting something, and it was to me nothing burger. Come on, guys. There are a lot of things to actually be offended about in the world, and that's not one of them.
Well, I got to tell you, it did result in a apology letter that surprised me for two reasons. Of course, Jim Bennett posts this video saying, in an era where the church never apologizes, like, congratulations to good on Kyle S. McKay for apologizing. And I read it, and it surprised me just because there's part of me that thinks, you know what, good on you. Good on you for apologizing for the innocent among the people who may have actually been genuinely offended and not led to be offended by disingenuous haters that dislike us. I've never seen more wealthy white people virtue signal harder than those trying to post Elder McKay's comments in the most condensed, shortened, taken out of context way possible in my entire life. And
well, also, though, can I say that what makes me not believe? I just checked out Bill Reel's post, and I saw the people on TikTok reacting to this and everything and being offended. But to me, the issue is, where are these guys in 2024 when we had Desnat posting literal mustache man glorification?
Dude.
Like, when there are actually like things that would make the Southern Poverty Law Center freak out that are literally happening in Utah. These guys are quiet.
Like real things that the Southern Poverty Law Center should be going after, not the fake ones, the real ones.
It's like, guys, this is a massive issue. And I've always wondered why we don't see, like, I don't know if John DeLune's on an episode of this or not. He probably won't. But whenever a controversy of this nature happens, and I'm like, okay, it was tone deaf or it was just awkward. To me, this one, the Looters a nothing burger. I'm like, okay, it's offensive. Sure, you're offended by it. You want to talk about it. But when the pinnacle of like the worst parts of Mormon culture being enacted, happening through these people who've taken over our view on X, on Twitter, you get silence from the ex-Mormon podcasters. And that's really weird to me. Like, hey, the thing that's the most damaging and terrifying, you guys let it go. You don't even acknowledge it. But the thing like this, you're upset about. And to me, that says, are you actually offended about what, Elder McKay said or what Brad Wilcox said? Or are you just trying to farm clips so you can be relevant, but you're not willing to take on the things that are actually bad? Right? When you actually have 300 people in a group chat of LDS people that are, posting literal Hitler stuff, you won't touch it. And it's like, why not? Why don't you touch the thing that's really, really bad? That's actually going to, why don't you touch the people that are legitimately trying to radicalize young men into, fascist insanity? You leave that, you don't care. But you're mad at McKay? You're mad at McKay because he's happy about a black hymn? Yeah. You're mad at the guy happy about a black hymn, but you ignore the people that like want black people not to exist? What?
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to buy it. It's hard for me to buy the outrage. So anyway, yeah, I think.
No, I definitely feel it's fake outrage. This is the resultant letter, guys. Here it is on the screen, so you guys can see it yourself. It's the church from the Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints, 47 East South Temple Street, Salt Lake City, Utah, 84150-1200, Kyle S. McKay, June 10th, 2026. I thought this was a very classy thing to do. He said, "Dear President, at the beginning of my remarks this past Sunday in the Yukon Oklahoma State Conference, I made a poor attempt at humor around the singing of, quote, 'This Little Light of Mine.' My words have caused offense and injury and put a blight on an otherwise wonderful weekend. I deeply regret saying what I said and apologize for pain, offense, or embarrassment that I have caused anyone in your stake or beyond. I pray that Jesus, who descended below all sin and error, will somehow help wounds I may have caused, and in the process give me better vision and judgment. Please feel free to share this letter with anyone who might benefit from reading it. All the best, Elder Kyle S. McKay."
Okay, if you read this apology letter, you would have thought he went to the mic and started screaming Kanye level things. Like, you would have thought he was having a, you know what I mean? You're like, oh, whoa, I deeply regret the injuries I've caused, and may Jesus heal these wounds. Like, McKay, what did you do? And he did that?
Yeah, I give him credit for just writing a letter for those that need it. But let me tell you, I think those that need it are 0.00001% of the people that are engaged in this conversation. I think the other 99.999 are fake outrage, virtue signaling, white loser anti-Mormons who are just trying to find a way to piece together the last bits of like racial outrage relevance from like 2023 in order to try.
You know, it's funny, like, you know how every black comedian, Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, they all have like their like awkward white guy voice, right? And I mean, I wasn't there, but I'm going to tell you, any YSA black guys that were watching that were laughing because they sing him do the literal, actual, real life version of like the Dave Chappelle awkward white guy thing. It's like no.
Well, they're beating him up like hotcakes. Then you saw it on Newsweek and you knew it was true.
He's having a Michael Scott moment, and it's objectively funny. Anyway, it's so Elder McKay is great. He's done a great. He's dedicated his life to serving the Lord, and we've said crazier on this show, so it's like that. Let's take it easy.
So, dude, I take salt. I think Elder McKay did a great thing. He wrote the letter for the 1% that needed it, and I like that he didn't do something. I was burning inside when I watched the feminists go after Jared Halverson. And those videos he'd do at like 2 a.m, how I haven't slept for days thinking I might have caused pain to these. It's like, no, don't debase yourself. Don't feed into this fake outrage. Don't bend the knee to this false idol that they worship. Like, just don't do it, Jared. And then same with Brad Wilcox. Like, beautiful Brad Wilcox. He's a good guy. He's not a racist guy. Yeah, he said something inartful, but then you just see him just racked with the pain of a million angry cancel culture accounts, like a swarm of bees coming after him, making these like videos just pleading with people to understand I wasn't trying to offend. I'm so happy that Kyle, he just did the apology for the one person that actually needs it, because we do attend to the one. We'll leave the 99 sheep to minister to the one. And then to the other 99, he didn't give them what they really wanted, which was the apology level, the apology video where you just bend the knee and say, you're right, I was wrong. And it's because I'm white and it's inherent and I can't help it.
So I remember I wasn't on the Halverson live streams. I never actually even got to follow that whole situation. But I will tell you, it's 2026. We have there are some actual crazy racial headlines that people should be paying attention to, and I just think this is not one of them.
Yeah, anti-Semitism is back in full force, bro. And it's a bipartisan affair now.
and also, by the way, it's like, obviously we need to lead with example, but our social media atmosphere is not built for apologies anymore. It's not. Like, the leadership of America is not seeking for apologies. Like, I want everyone to understand, we're in the same timeline where our president tried to steal Greenland. Like, I want you guys to understand, like, we're in the timeline of, I want Canada. You can't have Canada, but I want it. That's the world we're in right now, okay? So it's a different ball game from 2021, guys. It's a different ball game. Like, you know, but there are two subjects, though. I feel like we probably should. Some of the comments are wanting to talk about it.
Oh, hit it. What is it?
So here are the two things we should be paying attention to that I think everyone's lost their minds on.
Okay.
And those are the two situations of the Metcalf brothers and Chud the Builder.
Okay, hit it.
I've been following both these stories for a little bit. They kind of the Metcalf story is almost a year old now, but if you don't know what happened in Texas, there was and I'm going to get some details wrong, obviously, but in Texas there was a track meet, and there's a guy named Karmelo Anthony. Now, when I first saw the headline Karmelo Anthony stabbed someone, I was like, the NBA, like the basketball player? What's going on?
Yeah, for real.
He was great in the early 2000s. We got an issue with Karmelo. Different guy. So I do think it's gonna be really interesting in 20 years when we're seeing headlines of fight breaks out between John Schmidt and Barack Obama. And you're like, who is Barack Obama? Oh, some guy named after. Got it. It is a confusing headline. So it's always funny when but so basically track meet, and Karmelo. It's raining outside. Karmelo, he's a young African American man, goes into a tent that's not part of his team's tent.
Yeah,
and two brothers show up, Austin and Hunter Metcalf. They get there. We don't know what happens, but all we know is what happens is Karmelo stabs
Austin Metcalf. Yeah,
in the chest, I believe. A couple minutes later, he's dead. He's gone. Okay. And then, from there, every headline in the world has happened, right, from that situation. And since then, there have been, I've been seeing insane things on the internet. I've been seeing, you've got, first, what happened is the dad came out and spoke, and he said, please don't make this a race thing. This is a young man who made a horrible decision, and my son's gone. And as someone who recently, as both of us, we recently lost our mothers, we understand what the pain of losing a family member is like. It's a horrific feeling.
Yeah.
So obviously it's like, look, people are criticizing the way the dad was speaking. And it's like, when you lose a family member, especially in such a tragic way, and especially if you have to watch a video of it happening, and then the press is there 2 hours later, like, cut the person some slack, okay? This guy lost his son. So you're seeing all these headlines. Jake Lang, who is one of the January 6 rioters who was pardoned, has been arrested like 10 times since, was there trying to demonstrate a white supremacist rally after Karmelo killed Austin. And the dad's like, please go away. Please go away. I don't want you here. Please go away. Our family is not a family of Nazis. Please go away. Okay. Now, this is very simple. You don't stab people in the chest. Okay? Now, call me a radical. Call me whatever you want. You can't just kill people. This is very simple.
Dude, I was telling you on the phone, I said the black community set itself back on Facebook like 50 years with the comments I was seeing in all of these groups, like Black Educated Men of America. And then I don't remember the names of all the Facebook comments, but I just remember just seeing these comments just railing on the Karmelo Anthony case, saying, oh, the only reason why this young black man is in prison is due to white supremacy. There wasn't a single black person on the jury. It was all white people. And like the jury selection had like Arab dudes, an Iranian immigrant, a couple of Latinas, and it's like, no, guys, I don't think it's white supremacy the reason why 12 people found somebody who stabbed somebody guilty of stabbing and mutually agreed, despite their varied racial background. Yeah, trash talking should not result in murder with a lethal weapon if you're 17 years old. Like, I think, are you on that one? Yeah, I'm on that one. I'm on board with that one too. You on board with that one? Yeah. It's like, this is not hard. Yeah, it's made into a race war. What?
Well, so here's my two theories about this. The first theory is, and by the way, most of this dialogue's happening on X. On Instagram, hardly anyone's posting about this in comparison. And same on TikTok.
Okay.
This is X and Facebook. So the big issues you have is, one, X is 50% bots. So you look at some of these comments, right? And it'll be FBA uprising. And you're like, click on it. And it's like Malcolm X, the profile picture, Malcolm X holding a gun. Yeah. You click on account Based-In and it says, like India. You're like,
New Delhi.
Yeah, it is fake. So as I'm looking at these comments that are saying horrific things, okay, each of these profiles I'm clicking on are fake. So one issue is we have other countries. We have China, we have Russia, we have India that are actively benefiting from cultural wars happening in the country. Your average person does not believe you should be stabbing teenagers. Like, let me make that clear. Now, the accounts I did find that were justifying what Karmelo did, or even just posting nasty memes about the Metcalf brothers, I noticed one thing: they were almost all in the South.
Interesting.
Now, so part of me thinks that I think to really examine when situations like this happen, we do this thing: we go Black America, White America. But the problem is, there's no such thing as Black America or White America, right? A guy, imagine like the Duck Dynasty dudes. Like Southern guys that do swamp fishing have nothing in common with a white dude from Oregon that's drinking herbal tea, with chacos
and kombucha.
You know what I mean? They're different. They're completely different. So there is no like Black culture. There is no white culture. We have regional cultures that manifest differently. And so, you come to the Mountain West. There's no Black people are defending Karmelo Anthony. The most I've seen is people saying, I heard that there were Black jurors that were removed. That seems sketchy. And I think it is a little bit bizarre that Karmelo was transferred to a prison operated by the cousin of the Metcalfs. And I go, that's a fair objection. That is strange. Totally should be looked into.
Okay.
If you're now, people are saying, well, they won't release the video. They won't release the video. Where's the video? Now, look, neither of us were there. We don't know. We don't know exactly what happened. If the video is, Karmelo sitting down in a tent and two the Metcalfs brothers come and they go, looks like you're all alone, Karmelo. Too bad you don't have a weapon to defend yourself. We're going to give you a beating. And he goes, guess what I have? Takes it out. Whoa, we have a video. Odds are it's shoving. Odds are there's a tussle. People maybe were yelling things they shouldn't have yelled. But at the end of the day, murder is murder. You can't kill somebody.
It's hard to justify and say that your life was threatened to such a necessity that you need lethal force when you're at a collegiate track event. You're an athlete on one team that was not threatened, and you go into the tent of another team that's on the opposite side of the field that was unarmed, had no knives, had no lethal weapons, have multiple witnesses saying you started a fight and then ended the fight. I mean, it looks like an assassination, like.
And since then, I've been saying all these things like, well, look at these records. The Metcalf brothers were known bullies. Okay. I had bullies. I didn't kill them.
So did I.
What I mean?
So did I.
So, look, the Lord notices the fall of every sparrow. Okay, so you can't kill people. But what I want everyone to understand is 99% of people in America understand this, of every race. Yeah, he stabbed a guy. You can't stab people in the chest. I mean, if he really thought he was being threatened, and again, we need to see the video. Video could come out, and we could be completely wrong. The video could come out, and they're walking up, and they're like, Heil Hitler! And he's like, oh no, like it could be something insane. Odds are it's not. I always add that caveat in because, but odds are, we know what this was. And it's really sad because the way the internet's reacted and the lack of humanity people have seen. Now, one other thing is you can't punish someone because of the sins of the way people reacted to something else. So I'm seeing people that are like, oh, I can make Austin Metcalf memes. Why? Well, look at the memes made about George Floyd. It's like, well, why are you holding the emotional and mental health of the Metcalf family hostage because of what other people 5 years ago said about George Floyd? There's no connection. And in logic like that is how a society spirals into insanity. You can't kill people. I remember there was this kid named Matt when I was a kid who kept bullying me. Okay. And we got into a little shoving match in math class. He was bigger than me. Okay. And I knew I probably really wasn't going to win that fight. Do you know what I did? I hit him in the face with a stapler. I didn't staple him. I just hit him with, got him, right? There were scissors there. I could have gone full, Edward Scissorhands. I could have gone Hugh Jackman Wolverine. I did not. And I was like, I probably hit him with the stapler. He never messed with me again. One other issue with this is, we're seeing a lot more of this happen, like people settling fights with weapons. Whatever happened to just young men tussling it out? You're supposed to get punched in the face, and you're supposed to punch someone in the face growing up. It's like, look, they're high schoolers. If they got into a fight, they got into a fight. High school guys get into fights. Yeah. In fact, you're supposed to get into a couple fights growing up. That's what it's like. That you can't be a guy without getting into some fights. You've been into some fights. We've all been in some fights. Okay, I don't know what this new youngest Gen Zs, Gen Alphas are doing while they're taking out weapons. It's like, no, you don't settle it that way. I don't know what's going on. I really don't know what's going on. Like these videos and these teenagers are fighting and they're like head stomping and like putting their heads in the pits. Like, no. What do you, that's not, I don't know. So weird stuff's happening. But yeah, I mean, we've got people justifying the murder of Austin Metcalf. And the other side, you have people that are like, see, this proves we have to segregate immediately. We can't live. It's like, what? But then you look at those accounts, most of them are bots.
Really? So, you think so, huh?
X has so many bots now. So it's becoming an issue because trying to gauge what the public's reaction to something actually is getting harder and harder because now we have foreign interests that are quite literally trying to, push on a cultural divide. But I don't want us to lose sense of the fact that majority of people understand, no, you cannot stab people. Majority of people understand, hey, you cannot traffic kids to an island and do that. Okay. Majority of people understand you cannot do these things. The fake justification we're seeing from these people, they're either insane people or they're bots. But then here's the other situation. So while this is happening, this kind of died down the past 2 weeks because all the focus is on the Metcalf trial or the Anthony trial. There's a guy named Chud the Builder. Now, obviously, any headline that begins with Chud the Builder is going to be full of nonsense, okay?
Okay.
So it's this guy named Chud the Builder. He looks exactly the way you think he would. He's got a big, silly 1960s, like, snidely whiplash, like, kind of mustache.
Okay.
Like the villains in the black and white movies that would, like, tie the woman to the railroad track, and then, like, Popeye has to come save her? He looks like one of those guys. Like, unironically, has a snidely whiplash, mustache.
Okay, awesome.
So he was a streamer for a couple years, and his gig was he would go up to black people in the street and call them racial slurs, wait for them to get upset, and then threaten to pepper spray or puke.
What?
This is his thing he did, okay?
Like, really? Was that really? I can't imagine.
Go look it up. This is a real thing.
Okay, Okay. How I just said by everything that I saw on Facebook, the black community put itself back 50 years? If what you're saying is true, the white community just did. Chud the Builder just put us back 50 years. If what you're saying is true, bro.
So here's what's silly in this situation. So Chud, he goes around doing that, and obviously, if you go up to people and you start hurling insults at them, people don't like that. This has been true since the world started. Okay, so when this happened, people are, they're like, well, you should be able to exercise free speech. I should be able to call someone the N-word without them hitting me. It's like, you've never seen a bar fight, have you? Like, if you go up to a guy and you say, your wife's ugly, that guy's going to punch you, as he should. You know what I mean? Like,
dude, I got to tell you, I remember you're reminding me of Mike Tyson's phrase. Do you remember when Mike Tyson came out? And what was the phrase that he said where he just said, the big problem with you guys, and I don't know if he was talking about just millennials or white America or just the spoiled average American, but where he said the problem is that you're just not used to getting punched in the face when you say something horrible. What's his quote? Do you remember it?
Something like that. Yeah. You guys are used to running your mouths without getting punch in the face. You're used to talking too much without getting the physical consequences.
Oh yeah. So I remember the first time I got physical consequences for having talked trash. It was actually ironically about one of my friends. Okay. Let's just say his name was Pablo. Okay. But one of my buddies in 6th grade, okay, that I played soccer with, he did one of those Latino go from being 12 years old to 20 years old in one summer. You know what I'm saying? We're like, you see him in 6th grade and they leave as a kid just like you. Then you see him again. They come back with a full mustache. 5 years. Yeah, they've aged 5 years, full mustache, baggy pants, the whole 9 yards, right? So I'm growing up in Los Angeles. I got my buddy on my soccer team. We're cool and everything. But then, when he comes back to junior high, he's talking different. He's kind of talking like a thug. He was with a whole new crew of people. And I just, joked to one of my friends. I just joked about his accent or something. I was like, yeah, why is Roman talking El Cholo or whatever? And I do, my crappy junior high impersonation, right?
Yeah.
I remember sitting on the curb with my buddies, like total goofy white boy geek in it. I was learning to play like Magic the Gathering or something like that, you know, as like my English teacher is blasting U2 in the background because he was a big Christian U2 fan or whatever. And I'm sitting on this curb and then Roman comes up and I remember looking up at Roman. I'm like, oh, hey, Roman. And I look back down at my cards and he kicks me in the face. Just literally, as me sitting there, just boom, kicks me in the face. He's got 2 new friends. And he's like, yeah, I heard you're talking trash about my accent. You know, what's up, fool? And he just kicks me in the face for having heard that I was talking smack about his accent. And now looking back, I'm like, oh my gosh, he was probably jumped into the local gang that summer. I knew he came from like, you know, a rough spot. So it totally makes sense that over summer break, he got involved with maybe the wrong crowd. And now he hears that like I'm talking smack or something. And so he kicks me in the face. I'm not justifying it. I'm not saying, yeah, we need violence. But I was like, man, I learned the hard way real fast. Even if taken out of context, comments about your friends can lead to you getting kicked in the mother freaking face. And so it's just like, all right, I'm not doing that anymore.
But it's also, it's like, hey, look, you guys were young men. Young men get into fights. Teenagers get into fights. That's how it's been since the beginning of history.
Yeah.
You know, these people, these radical people online that are always talking about like our ancestors. And then some guy gets into fight, like, you shouldn't be violent. Like, your ancestors were violent. All of our ancestors were violent. That's why we're here. You know whose ancestors weren't violent? The people whose family lines ended. The violent people are the ones who survived, and that's why we're here.
Yeah, so, here it is. He said, Mike Tyson said, social media made you all way too comfortable with disrespecting people and not getting punched in the face for it. So, like, dude, like, when I hear that Chud the Builder's doing this, I'm just like, I am a freedom of speech, like, purist, practically. Like outside of like threats to a police officer with a gun that, you know, I'm going to X you, or, you know, being responsible for what happens if you yell fire in a crowded theater. Outside of that, I'm a freedom of speech purist, but not so that you, Chud, can go scream the N-word at somebody in front of a movie theater.
Well, it's about to get weirder, by the way, Carden.
Oh,
because this story isn't just that. Because, you know, that's a weird story, but it's like, what's that to do with Karmelo Anthony?
Yeah.
Here's why I'm making the comparison.
Okay.
So Chud keeps getting arrested because obviously, you know, people who tend to do that also tend to do other insane things.
Okay.
So he's outside of a courthouse.
Okay.
Okay. And he has a scuffle with a black man.
Okay.
As you do when your career is doing with that.
Yeah.
So he takes out his weapon and he shoots the black man in front of the courthouse. So he has a weapon with him at a courthouse.
Dude, that's like a federal offense to have a weapon.
Already 10 levels of stupid, okay? But I guess he tried to shoot him like some Western cowboy, kind of trying to do like a... So he ended up grazing his own arm when he shot. So he shoots himself and he shoots the black guy. Both survived, right? But now he's in jail. Bail is set high. Now he's in prison and he got set $1 million bond. People are like, $1 million is so much. What's going on? When you listen to the trial online, they're reading his quotes, and he literally has one quote. I have to censor it so much when I say this. The quote is, and this is what the prosecuting attorney is reading. He goes, Chud, did you say the grand finale is a dead, insert slur here, on the ground, and I walk away free? Tune in. Did you say that? Was your goal to
Jeez Louise.
kill a black person and walk away free? Yeah. So they're reading the stuff he says, and it's like the guiltiest. It's like, you remember when what's his name? I believe I can fly. R. Kelly. When R. Kelly was caught, and they're like, he's like, I never did anything with an underage girl, and then they're like, is this audio of you, R. Kelly? And R. Kelly's like, man, I'm so happy to be doing this with someone who's not of age. Like, is this you announcing the actual thing you're doing? Okay, so I shouldn't say underage. I say children because those were children. I should not say underage girls. I say children because that's how serious it was, right? But anyway, so like that, you're like, wait, pause. You're admitting all the stuff. So now he's in jail. So what the interesting thing, I was saying commentators that were like, free Chud, free Chud, free Chud. Like if someone attacks you, you should be able to shoot them. Of course, if someone attacks you, you have every right to take their. People were saying that, right? Again, half of them are bots. Those same people, when people are like, wasn't Carmelo fighting back? They're like, well, you can't, just because someone attacks you doesn't mean you can kill them. So it's like, look, if we're living in this country, we're living in, we have such psychosis where we can't judge situations that are so absurdly clear. It's like God's testing us. Hey, can you shoot a man in front of a courthouse after calling him a racial slur? No. Can you stab a kid at a track meet? No. Well, actually, there's no well, actually. This is so simple. Like, have we as a country, have we gotten to the point where we do not have discernible reason for things that are so obviously clear? And if that's where we are, I mean, that's a bad space. We need to like mentally.
And Mormonism is so spoiled that now we're making a race crime out of a guy just trying to dad joke his way into
like, we're mad about Elder McKay. We're mad about Elder McKay when we have Chud the Builder and Karmelo Anthony, and we've got like crazy situations going on. We're at Elder McKay. Like, we don't need it, guys. It's ridiculous,
dude. Well, your boy Chud the Builder, I just looked it up, dude. His Give, Send, Go. Apparently, I mean, this is according to the Nashville Banner. I don't know what their leaning is, but basically, you know, they said outside of Nashville, Chud the Builder's attempted murder case has become a cause célèbre for white nationalists. And apparently he's gotten a Give, Send, Go set up from the Christian crowdfunding site, set a goal of $300K that he has surpassed. Now the goal is $350K. Because he's at $301,098. Or sorry, yeah, $301,098.
The Carmelo Anthony's family is getting money from. By the way, Give, Send, Go is a horrific website. They're basically GoFundMe for people that don't deserve it. Like that's literally Give, Send, Go. Yeah, that's what's Give, Send, Go. They're specifically so the judge apparently isn't letting Chud access those funds, and people are like, why? It's unfair. And like, well, look at the previous charges the guy has. And apparently he was also out on bail before when he did shoot the guy. So it's like, it's a litany of
dude, this bothers me. Like, I'm looking at this, but it says help Chud and his family. And then look at this. It says, dear friends and supporters and champions of free speech. My name is Dalton Etherly, and I'm reaching out with a heavy heart, fighting to protect my family and my business. Just over 1 year ago, I started DLE contracting in Clarksville, Tennessee, out of sheer necessity. I was fired from my previous contracting job after BLM activists targeted me over words I shared online, jokes and opinions they twisted to end my career. Okay, I have not seen every inch of film that this guy has made, but if what you're saying is true, like, I am a champion of free speech, and I don't champion free speech. So these idiots that sit outside of my church and call themselves freedom of speech auditors can go and videotape all the VIN numbers of like scared, crapless, handicapped old women who don't know who these guys with cameras getting shoved in their faces they're trying to go to church are, you know, so that they can sit outside of the police stations where like cops who are legitimately concerned about the security of their families because they investigate high crimes in the city of Los Angeles and get death threats if they get doxxed. So they can, you know, film the VIN numbers and the DMV license plates and then post them of every cop that works in the precinct. Like, these are such heinous and cruel abuses that it's like, if I were to see Chud the Builder, if what you're saying is true, that like,
oh, it's true. You go watch the videos after. You're going to be shocked. It's bad.
It's like, I'm kind of like Mike Tyson. Like, I don't think the state should prosecute Chud the Builder because he does have freedom of speech. But I think we got to like bring back mutual combat laws so we can just, I don't want the state to beat him up. I would want to beat him up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just give me the chance. If you're just like, don't go just yelling N-words in people's faces because you're allowed
with a weapon in hopes that they're provoked so you can shoot them, right? That was his whole thing. I mean, you know, any judge looking at this, they're going, dude, it's toast. Wrap it up. It's over. So those have been the two racial headlines that we've seen the past few months in this country. And it's like, we're not as serious.
The three, bro.
The three. It's like, how lucky are we in the church where this is our headline? I can't sing a hymn well. Oh, we got stabbings and shootings going over here. We got Elder McKay making a dad joke.
This
and that's
is funny.
The reaction to. Great.
All right, we got a couple of super chats just really fast. They're pretty funny, and I wanted to read them to you really fast. We got Fight Sword Radio says, guys, if you go to Bill Reel's post on this, the amount of white people who think they were owed an apology is astounding. Oh, interesting. I'll have to check that out. And they really like the term, bro, Kwaku scissor hands. I think we stumbled onto something. I think we stumbled onto something here.
I think it's gonna end badly.
Dude, I'm gonna actually look this up.
Edward Scissorhands is a weird movie. Have you watched that thing? That is one of the strangest movies I have. Very bizarre. Very bizarre. Like,
that
very
funny.
Anyway.
Well, he's got his own scent now, dude. He's got his own scent now. Salvage. Johnny Depp is cleaning up on his persona he's cultivated over the past 20 or 30 years. Now, speaking of weird racist incidents, dude, we got to give credit where credit is due to this missionary. Did you see the berating that black dude did on that white missionary, saying, like, if you were Jewish, I would beat you up?
No, I've not seen that.
Oh, dude, it's crazy. I put it in the Discord, I think. Let me see if I can pull it up. It's one of the last.
Well, I will tell you what I did hear about. That's also race related. Okay. Apparently, you're funded by Israel. That's what I did hear about.
dude. What do you think,
Holy
bro?
Ghost, you're funded by Israel, Carmen.
Dude, that one is. Should we just play the clip?
You gotta play the clip.
Dude, let me put it in the Discord. This one was really, really funny. All over the internet, these crazy right wingers have been saying lately that I'm funded by Israel, and they've even made. Have you seen what I think it's Nauvoo Legion and like Latter Day Chad and these other Instagram pages? They've been taking that following AIPAC screenshot where it's the anti-endorsement of political figures that have taken AIPAC money, and it's got like the red background, and then it's got their grayscale face on it, and then it's got like the neon glowing numbers of money that they've taken. And they said like Ward Radio, Stick of Joseph, $7,000, $9,000. I literally think they were just guessing a number and like photoshopping it, because they heard that like there's $7,000 out there if you support Israel or whatever. And I'm like, nope. So this is the evolution of the attacks against us. First, do you remember when we started Midnight Mormons, what they said about where we were getting our money?
Oh yeah, the church was funding it.
No, well, before they said it was the church, they thought it was the 501c3s.
Oh, that was more good at first.
Yeah. Remember, they thought we were a, quote, secret arm of the More Good Foundation? Yeah. Because the production value is so good, there's no way that this was volunteer, which it actually was. And then when they couldn't prove that.
To the church, they said it was the church. Yeah.
Yeah. And then so when they couldn't prove that it was the 501c3s, they ended up saying, oh, it was the church proper. And then when they couldn't prove it's the church proper, bro, now they're saying it's the Jews. Yeah, dog. Yeah. Like, this is awesome, bro. Like, I'm just wondering, pretty soon they're going to say that we run the Jews.
Oh, yeah. In fact, we're going to be changing the name of the podcast soon to Yom Kippur Radio. So if anyone wants to listen to Yom Kippur Radio, this is going to be.
Dude, I almost want to lean into this meme, though, bro. Like, I almost want to lean into this meme and just, like, start, like, not denying it publicly. Just so people, they can start being like, well, he doesn't deny it. And then just like in the middle of an episode, just be like, dude, hey, BB, dude, they're talking about you on Zion Media, bro. Like, you got to send in an airstrike or something, bro. Like,
well, honestly, hey, it's not like Shane Ballman is known for lying, right? Obviously, it's not like he's never been known for that, right? So there's no way.
Dude, so I am literally going to put this in the Discord right now. So that we can.
What do they mean by okay? Because you went on trips to Israel, therefore you're getting money from AIPAC or Israel.
Well, I mean, I don't pretend to understand their psychosis, but this is the math, I would assume, is this is what I really think. This is actually what I know is going on. I shouldn't say I think this is what's going on. I should say that I'm pretty confident that this is what's going on. Ever since I agreed to publish the debunking with the debunking of the satanic panic. You remember when all of the satanic ritual abuse stuff was happening, and then
wait, they want you to show the clip. They're like, show the clip, show the clip.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm trying to. Unfortunately, it's on an Android, so I'm trying to make it so that I'm just gonna press copy. Here we are. So save, and then show in photos, and then I'm going to put this into Ward Radio on Discord.
It's also funny, like, while you're doing that, like saying that the show's funded by Israel or it's getting Israeli money because you've been to Israel. That's like, yeah, Kwaku's getting potato farmer money because he visits Idaho.
Yeah,
because that's really like J.R. Simplot's family has been shoveling me money every time I go to Idaho. Like, what?
Okay, here it is, bro. Here it is. I'm gonna be able to play it right now. In 3, 2, 1, screen recording. Here we go.
What's the message? Oh, it's on my text. Okay, let's see.
I think it's low resolution because it's from an Android, so I think it had to compress it.
Oh, okay. Somebody just made a super chat.
But this is Shane Baldwin talking on a live stream.
By Israel. Is that okay? Let me go back to the super chats. Okay, we're gonna go off this for a second. I don't know how all this stuff works, guys. I'm not like very good at. I don't know where the super chats are. So LDC. Oh, there's the super chat. Okay. Oh, the stick of Joseph. I got an Oracle code. It's AI slop. Do you think that ChatGPT was ordained before the world? Oh, interesting. We're not using ChatGPT, so let's just start there. None of it is ChatGPT.
Wait, pause.
They paid $20 for this.
Okay, what?
I didn't even know the context of whatever wacky nonsense that is. But you know, he was ChatGPT ordained before the world. That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. Him going, well, this isn't ChatGPT, guys.
Well, who knows?
That's what you're reacting to? That's what you're reacting to?
Okay, here we go. Let's let him finish.
Thank you, guys, for the $20. Like, that's awesome. I think that Christ is in all things and through all things, everything, and
including the Niemann records that were downloadable on Amazon, but that he was translating because John the Baptist gave him. John the Revelator gave him those.
Okay.
Oh yeah, real claim.
Oh, that's funny. I don't know about that one. I just know about this one. And by the way, we have to dive into all those other claims sometime soon. You just got to hear this one, bro. Listen to this.
I actually know that by their fruits you shall know them, and AI priesthood. Do we do proxy things for the dead? Does that work? Does a blessing done this way work? It's working. Stick of Joseph, bros. I would ask you this question. Are you getting paid by Israel? You getting money from Israel? I've got some things, and I haven't thrown that out there, but I do have some things that say that you're getting paid by Israel. I can tell you what would happen if anybody comes and talks to me and tries to give me any money like that. The answer is no. I'm not bought. And so,
by the way, pause.
Okay.
The answer is yes, Shane. The answer is if they came to Shane to give him money, he's running out of his Tesla fraud money. Ciphering money from old people, whatever I've heard. You think if they show up and they're the guy who went to 5 years of prison for securities fraud, that man will do backflips. Okay, that man will backflip for money because usually if you steal millions of dollars from people, you're willing to do a lot for money, right? So anyway, that's Shaney boy. And by the way, the calls I have gotten just the past few weeks from numerous people, including people inside of Shane's inner circle, who were like, I got to give you this. I'm getting ciphered info left and right. So maybe one day we'll do some kind of podcast on all of it. But
well, look, he finishes, bro. Yeah. Listen to this.
Maybe you're bot. I don't know. So anyways, thank you for the super chat. Glad you're tuning in. Pretty cool that you are. Your channel is awesome. You guys do a lot of amazing things. In fact, I appreciate it because a lot of people find my channel because of you guys. So it's because of you guys that I'm finding people, and I'm really grateful for that. So thank you guys so much. I have some information too that Ward Radio is being paid by Israel, but that's not my place. I don't throw that slop, as you put it, around.
Oh, he doesn't throw the slop around. He's just, they've only made like 7 different videos about this. And bro, just like, look at this. I'm going to pull up right now, just Instagram. Every day, it's some weird different attack from like Nauvoo Legion. What's the other one that's constantly saying it? The LDS Mystic, or the oh, come on, what's their name?
Here's the thing. There's so many of these AI Instagram accounts that are into esoteric stuff. I can't keep track of who's who. But I love how he's doing the John DeLynn meme, where he's like, "Oh, I have it on good authority. I'm just putting this out there." It's like I heard you're paid by Israel. I don't know. Maybe it's true.
Yeah, it's like, I have good authority that it's totally true and you're paid by Israel. But like, I would never put that slop out there. And I don't know if it's true. I'm just asking questions. But I know for a fact you take Jew money. But maybe not. But I love your channel. But it's guilty of the worst thing you possibly can be, which is a complete and total sellout to the nation state of Israel. But it's great.
You know what it's gonna be? He's gonna have some like you did a favor for a friend in Israel, and he like Venmoed you $20 for gas or something, and he's gonna I have a screenshot right here of a guy whose last name is Shielsberg sending Cardin money. Yeah. Is this Israel money? It's gonna be something really reaching,
dude.
But yeah, it's like, what does it even mean though? Israel money. What does it even mean? Because look. I'm anti-war. I've been anti-war forever. Everyone knows I'm anti-war. So I have my critiques on the Israeli military and what's happening over there, even before October 7th. But that's a big difference from, oh, you have Jewish money? Because then you're getting into overt anti-Semitism. And the issue is people cannot delineate between having normal views on regional wars, and geographical political issues, and just, I don't like Jewish people, right? So the dog whistle of what he's saying, you can hear the anti-Semitic overtones. I hear you get Israel money. What does that mean? What does that mean? So, no.
Yeah.
No. That's just no. Let's just keep it like.
Basically, I think what it is that this is what's happened ever since we did the debunking of satanic ritual abuse. All of the right-wing psychopaths that rely upon satanic ritual abuse as part of their kind of pseudo-religious schema have said, okay, we have to go after Ward Radio. I got intelligence about a week ago that, hey, Zion Media and about 7 or 8 of these accounts are, they're coordinating a smear campaign against you. And sure enough, smear campaign happened. It's really interesting that they chose the route of you get money from the Jews to defend the people who control the Mormon church into eating babies. That's a really, really interesting route to take. But I don't.
Did you see this comment? It's not a super chat, but I don't know if it's true. I'm just reading it.
Oh, what did he say?
Yeah. Talking about, I guess, Zion Media. They had a private sacrament meeting at Adam Ondai Amen, where a woman with new scripture blessed the sacrament. They're having a solemn assembly there in September. So it's like, look, we got we're wackiness, just wackiness everywhere.
Okay. Here's a super chat right here. It says, Cardin, blink twice if you're compromised by the nation state of Israel. And then Karmelo is more a genuine black man than Kwaku L. John DeLynn, says Paul Black, 1799. I'm trying to wait. I got to sort out that humor. Karmelo is no more.
Well, remember when he and that one woman was like, well, Kwaku's actually not very black. That's what he I think it's
I get it. Hey, so watch. I'm calling
John Lynn didn't actually say this, though. Let me be clear.
I'm calling my bookkeeper right now. Hold on. We're going to settle this once and for all. This is going to be really funny. I'm actually calling my bookkeeper, who's like, hey, Rick, this is me, Cardin.
What's up, Cardin?
Hey, so I got you on a live stream right now, so don't say something crazy. And you're on speakerphone. But so there's this really funny attack that's coming out that we are funded by the nation state of Israel. So you, as the bookkeeper and accountant of Ward Radio, both in its previous days as a corporation and its current days in the transfer of a 501c3, you've been able to see every dime that's come in and out of Ward Radio as an accountant. Are we funded, or have we received a dime? Have we received a dime from Israel?
No, sir, not a dime.
Are you sure? Because there's a lot of people online saying that we're funded by, quote, the Jews.
No, I can confirm that is not the case.
Okay.
Now, Cardin, how do we know your accountant isn't compromised by the nation?
Yeah. How do we know you're not compromised by the state of Israel?
You're gonna have to audit me for that, I guess. I don't know.
That's exactly what a Zionist would say. No, I'm totally just kidding. Okay. Thank you very much. I will call you later, my man. He's such a cool guy, dude. I would be so up a creek without a paddle without that man. But there you have it, folks. For those of you that are wondering, you know what I'm saying? For those of you that are wondering,
they're going to take that seriously, by the way. They're going to take that. See, he did it. Yeah, they're going to take that seriously.
I'm just totally complimented by this, you know. And yes, it's true, though. But I do want to clarify some things, though. We were invited to do the diplomatic tour that they offer, just like the United States does, just like Argentina does, just like the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints does. If you're a diplomat from a foreign country, if you write for a major newspaper, a media outlet in a foreign country, and you come to the United States, you visit the United Nations, you come to Temple Square, oftentimes the hosting organization will offer you what, Kwaku?
Well, I mean, they'll offer you
a guided tour,
look around, show you the monuments. Yeah,
they might get you a decent meal. They might, give you a gift bag. They might end up, trying to put their best foot forward. Okay. Well, a couple of years ago, me and Hayden and Jackson and a couple of cameramen went and checked out some really, really great, I don't want to say church history sites because that insinuates North American 19th century church history. But I would say Christian history sites to film basically scriptural archaeology with archaeologist Jim Gee. But that was actually self-funded. I give Hayden and Jackson phenomenal credit. They're great fundraisers. I do remember even the late, great Tad Callister pitched in to help put us there. And mad props to... Like Hayden wildly impressed me as like a foreign fixer and foreign expedition producer. He did an amazing job organizing a trip over there where we got to see all the sites. We filmed all the sites, got some great audio, great video. And I totally look forward to that documentary when it comes out. And it was really the birth of the Stick of Joseph channel.
You got to remember though, Hayden and Jackson Wayne's Paul's last name isn't actually Paul. It's Paulstein. Okay, and because
yes,
we know that they're secretly working for Bibi Netanyahu.
Yeah,
okay.
I thought it was Rothschild, but maybe it's Paulstein. So,
yes,
but that was a self-funded tour that a bunch of Mormons from Salt Lake City paid for, and then also about 2 years ago, maybe it was a year ago, I was offered with many others. I tried to get as many LDS podcasters as I could to go to Israel when they were hosting influencers. Okay, there was several hundred influencers that were able to go. They're trying to build bridges with different Christian communities, members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints being one of them. If you were willing to go, they would actually give you that diplomatic tour. If you write for The Economist, they'd take you. If you write for the New York Times, if you have over 100,000 subscribers like Ward Radio does, they'll take you around. And we got to see the kibbutz where October 7th happened. We got to see the Weeping Wall, so on and so forth. Was pay involved? No, unfortunately. Gosh, I wish it were, because now at least I'd be able to have something to show for it. But
hey, here's the thing: Stick and Joseph can defend themselves. Obviously though, the elephant in the room is the stick of Joseph. Do you know what Joseph they're referencing?
No.
Joseph Soros. Joseph Soros. So
why are you even talking about it? This is so stupid.
So stupid. We had to cover all the racial topics. So we got
that's true.
We got Chud, we got Metcalf, we got Israel. Yeah, it's a lot in one.
That's funny. We got another super chat here from a guy who seems pretty cool. Let's see. It says, where is this? Carden, would you consider breaking bread with a Pentecostal? Most of those that debate you are in name only, ex-religion for clout and waste of time for us all. Oh, yeah. I'll break bread with anybody. And the Pentecostals can be really cool people. So we had a great Pentecostal on our show once that was friends with Jacob, I do believe, from the Jubilee episode that he did. And so, yeah, plus the Savvy Turtle. I mean, that's a great moniker, bro. That's a great username. Reach out on the website and we'd love to talk to you. Are you compromised by the nation state of Israel? Savvy Turtle? Because if you are, I'd like in on this. Dude, this is so funny.
Country is losing our minds, and the most insane people have platforms to just put out nonsense. But they're not even putting out nonsense with like here's the thing. I sometimes wonder if if it's a little bit our fault when we did we did a lot of really funny conspiracy videos on Ward Radio.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But the thing is, we were being funny, right? Like you're watching it and you're like, remember the episode where you and Brad were trying to challenge me to see how many conspiracies I could come up with off the top of my head?
Yeah.
Right? Like, guys, Jews aren't actually lizards. Like we understand this, right? like because when someone goes, "Oh, I love those conspiracy episodes," I'm like, "Yeah, I'm glad you're like a fan of comedy." He goes, "Oh, I'm not a fan of comedy." It's like, "Oh, no. Pause, guys." So now we have a lot of these people that
dude, we got to go over this. We got to go over this because I'm telling you, bro, like the things these people have posted, like look at this, dude.
I don't even. Let me.
You're gonna be able. Yeah, you're gonna be able to hear this. So I'm seeing some mutual posts here. I'm seeing some mutual posts here where these guys have posted things together. Here's one. I want to react to this live. I haven't seen this one. This one comes from Nauvoo Legion. It's the second one in. It says, pro-Israel NGOs tried to brainwash the stick of Joseph unsuccessfully. This is funny. Let's play this one. Ward Radio is compromised by paid trips to Israel. Stick of Joseph brothers are based in not Zionists. Oh. So let me see what's. I'm listening to your case, but what Israel you're talking about? You said those who curse Israel will be cursed. We are talking about believers. Okay, so I guess we can't play the audio.
Making any pro-Israel content. So what's in it for them? And they said, look, we just want to give you our perspective so that you will be combat anti-Semitism. So I said, you know what? If you want to pay for me and my wife to go strengthen our faith in our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ and further be pushed away from the false ideology of Judaism and give me 3 meals a day, sure, I'll go.
Met with the former mayor of Jerusalem, the head of the Anti-Defamation League.
Let me see. Next time I go there with there it is. There's the little track NGO. This is cool.
NGO I'm going with. I'm gonna try and drag you there, bro. I'm gonna take you to Israel.
I'm going to travel up.
And so I remember calling Carden once again. I'm like, hey, bro, they don't even want you to be in this. He's like, hey, I understand if you take the money and you do this And Cardin's really pissed that it's not done yet.
That's funny. They got so much wrong. Go and Do Travel is our sponsor. It's a commercial entity. It's American based. And it's actually, I guess I would say, a Mormon company, for lack of a better term, that organizes travel themed around Mormon things, church history in North America, Mesoamerican archaeological sites in South America, Holy Land tours, and so on and so forth. They're not actually an NGO. An NGO is a non-governmental organization. And all of these kind of anti-Semitic groups have been concerned about AIPAC, all right, which is, what is it, the American-Israeli Partnership, or I don't know what it is, but it's a PAC, a political action committee that funds kind of pro-Israel movements and so on and so forth. Also, I know this talk because I was there on the boat when Hayden and Jackson spoke about it. And the they is actually Scripture Central. Scripture Central is the they, not the Jews. Our trip originally, there was a period of time where Scripture Central was saying, we want to be involved in this and so on and so forth. Can we buy you out? If, you know, all the stories that I heard from Hayden and his interactions with Kurt Magleby and the leadership over there were true, and so on and so forth. They were considering an interest in the project and so on and so forth. But they had a problem with you. They had a problem with me, so on and so forth. So the they was not Israel. We hadn't even gone there yet, or I think even fundraised yet. The they actually was Scripture Central, and that this is really fun.
Yeah. So, well,
funny.
here's an issue. Among many issues, go if you click on the link I just sent in Discord.
Yeah,
Cardin. That's a post from the same account that just posted this whole nonsense. So we need to go and look at what they believe.
Yeah,
what
I'm looking at this.
Mabu Legion and Christopher Lee and these people, this is apparently what they believe. So click on the link. This is all.
Yeah, here it is. Dude. Yeah, it looks like old German propaganda. This is the one that worried me, though, bro. I did look it up, and this is that same account, just while we were playing the last one. And like they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. I'm only 9 posts in, and it says true diversity. And it's an Aryan man with blonde hair and blue eyes. Now I click on it, and this is what it says. Blonde person. Full lips, blue eyes. Anglo-Saxon, white person, white person, white person, white person. It's just more of this like weird Eurocentric white racial identity. Like these guys have really latched on to this whole like nation of Deseret must return. Dude, it's like we're Mormons. We believe Jesus Christ, a Jew, died for our sins and taught us, and was the greatest example, and was resurrected for the dead, not for the dead, but was resurrected, thus conquering death, so that we could conquer sin and death as well, improve our lives, and be good people. And a lot of that
happens. The Stone of Our Faith is a book about Native Americans.
Yeah.
God, guys. Yeah, no, this stuff is crazy.
And if you visit the Holy Land, if you visit the Holy Land, you're compromised by the nation state of Israel. You're no more compromised by the nation state of Israel than when I went up to BYU, Idaho, and performed in Boise, Idaho, and performed for the seminary group at the University of Idaho as a stand-up comedian. Am I compromised by Idaho?
Yeah, it's a lot of insanity. By the way, that account tagged with it, Christian Ascania. Maybe we did our episode on him. We were just kind of.
Is that the same? It's the same guy.
Same guy.
What the heck?
These people are crazy, man.
Well, the only thing that worries me is like, yes, all of us know that there's a political entity of Israel, and then there's Israel in the connotation of the ethnic or the religious group, right? And you can have a criticism of the nation state of Israel, whether or not they allow enough religious freedoms or not enough religious freedoms, whether you think their military is too aggressive or not aggressive enough or whatever. I do believe that you can have a legitimate criticism of anybody's government and not be anti-Semitic. At the same time, when accounts are posting like unironic rehashes of Nazi propaganda and then claiming that true diversity is whether you're a white person with blonde hair or sandy blonde hair and deep blue or light blue eyes, I don't think that your criticisms of the nation state of Israel are rooted in some kind of profound concern for Palestine, the secular Jews paying taxes there, the countries that surround them. I think your arguments for the nation state of Israel have become a dog whistle and proxy war for your hatred and racial animus against ethnic or religious Jews. And I don't want to say if it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, then it is a duck. Because who knows, maybe it's got a duck quacker, right? But at the end of the day, you can't just be rehashing and rehearsing a bunch of resoundingly debunked racial blood libel claims against Jews. And then instead of saying, quote, the Jews, just say Bibi Netanyahu or the nation state of Israel or AIPAC and think that all of a sudden, oh, I'm not anti-Semitic. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, this is all, dude, this page is insane.
Yeah, dude.
It's just insane.
Yeah.
Stuff. Good grief. Well,
so
I mean, what can you do? Because I don't know what else to say besides
this is crazy, bro. Between people thinking stabbing a young man is okay, to these psychopaths like yelling N-words in people's faces in front of courthouses with guns. I have my CCW in like 38 states, and rule number 1 is you don't go into federal buildings, including, by the way, did you know this? The post office.
Yeah.
The post office. You're not supposed to have your CCW in the post office. It's a federal building. Now, they ain't patting you down at the local post office, but they sure as heck are in courthouses. And you know what? I'm a total Second Amendment enthusiast, and I don't want to say purist, but, advocate. And even I understand, why wouldn't you want people to have handguns in a court? I wonder why. Maybe that's actually a halfway decent rule that I ain't going to fight. Okay.
Well, it's so funny because it proved it. It's like, don't bring a weapon, because if you bring a weapon, you might you could shoot someone or accidentally shoot yourself. What did Chud the Builder do? Looks like he shot someone and he shot himself. It's like, yeah, that's why you don't bring. It's literally insane.
Yeah. So we got that, and then now we got dudes doing this whole like ward radio paid by Jews. Actually, I want to lean into this though. I want to lean into us being paid for. I'm going to do from here on out. I'm just be like, dude, you better watch out. I'll call Bibi Netanyahu on your. I'll get Mossad on your A. Like,
yeah, no, they're going to try to find some way.
Dude, this is crazy.
Here's what's the most sad thing about it. It's the people that are liking those posts who are so far gone from reality. Like the thing that's troubling is the amount of psychosis people are in, where they cannot distinguish reality from fiction. We've had these headlines right now are so ridiculous. It's the truth is so dang clear.
Yeah.
You don't stab people. You don't shoot people. You don't post 1940s German propaganda. Duh.
Yeah. The sad thing too is I think one of these guys was a really funny AI artist that I offered to pay to do some AI videos or something. I may be confusing my guys that I don't remember.
It's hard because there's a million little accounts, so it's hard to know who's who. Yeah. And they're often like in these group chats, so they're tag posting each other.
Okay.
But
Okay, before we go, just 2 more things, then 2 more super chats, and then we can jam. Are you sure you haven't seen the guy that went up to the missionary and was like just berating the cat?
I haven't seen it, no.
Oh, dude, I'm going to put this up on X.com. I'm going to look this up on X.com about like just a missionary getting harassed. It was totally.
I always avoid those. I don't like watching missionaries get like attacked or harmed or bullied. I never watch those. I didn't even watch that freaking movie with the 2 sister missionaries and Hugh Grant.
Really? So,
yeah, I just think I'm always
here it is right here. I just typed in missionary getting harassed. I'm going to put this on. Gosh, I hope it doesn't have too many explicatives. But he's
niggas back in the day, bitch. I'll fuck you the fuck up.
Whoops.
Nigga.
Okay. Well, okay. Maybe.
Wait,
hold on. Okay. Yeah, maybe we're gonna play that one. Sorry about that one, guys. This is the longer version that I guess I didn't hear before, but so I won't play it. But basically, yeah, he's literally just saying, "Look at this." He's going up to this poor missionary, and he's like point blank, within striking distance of this dude, saying that he's going to F him up, saying that he's going to end up hurting him, that he's, if this were back in the day, good thing Jesus already died for your sins, because, if I don't want to put words in this guy's mouth because he's doing a good job enough of making it heinous as is. But dude, this missionary just calmly gets up, is looking at him, puts his backpack back on, and then puts his helmet on, and then just ends up leaving and getting on his bike after being literally berated with nothing but racial slurs, literally point blank, as he's trying to fix his bike on the side of the road. Like, if there is any proof that Mormons are Christians, there it is right there. Because you or me or Mike Tyson would have thought, like, this is why Mike Tyson said what he said, where social media has made it so that you guys are just way too comfortable with disrespecting people, not getting punched in the face for it. Like, I don't think any jury on earth would
do you
think.
know what the guy looks like? The guy who's attacking him looks like?
You see his arm? It's a black guy based off his arm, whatever identifier that is.
Because when I lived in San Francisco, I got yelled at by a number of homeless people, and they were always yelling like insanely offensive. But you never really took it offensive because it's like, yeah, it's a drugged out hobo. This smells of drugged out hobo. You know what I mean? This just could.
What are you saying about the homeless community, Kwaku? I'm just kidding.
When Bibi Netanyahu sent me money, he said you need to go on board radio and post propaganda
and defend the homeless.
I'm just following our boss Bibi.
Yeah. Okay, now the last thing I'm going to show on this episode before we go out of here is actually very heartwarming. This came up, and this was such a beautiful Instagram post that I just said, we got to share this. And I only came across this like 30 minutes before we did the live stream. But here it is. Look at this. It's from an account, Marcy Dawn. All right. And here's just what she says. Marcy Dawn, go.
Brothers and sisters, this is my day 3 attempt at trying to find fellow members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in the wild. I'm a folk singer-songwriter. I write music, folky little songs surrounding our faith, our beliefs, our spirituality. I sing about Heavenly Father, I sing about Heavenly Mother. All my songs are about Jesus, about mortality and death and eternity, and I want to share my music with you. I want to connect with my community of family because we share something soul deep. My song, Wise Serpent, Harmless Dove, that's playing right now, just came out this week, and I wanted to share that with you. You can find it on all streaming platforms. Blessed be.
Okay. Cynical people might say that was self-promotion. I think it was adorable and awesome just to start out and say, hey, I want to connect. I'm a folk singer. I want to find my people, and I want to connect. I think there is such a faith in humanity and a beauty to be willing to put the cute little face paint thingy on and say, hey, I'm a folk singer. I want to connect with people. This was awesome. This warmed my soul. And I thought, you know what? You found one. Marcy Dawn, you found one in me, and I'm happy. I'm going to check out your stuff.
Good. I'll go listen to her too.
Yeah. So any last thoughts before we jam, bro?
No, I think we covered it all.
Dude, there's a reason.
In the Ward Radio Discord with the same anti-Semitic beliefs, including Holocaust denial.
Yeah, No. What?
I'm never even on the Discord. I have no clue. But,
let me see. I'm going to look in the comment. Hold on. We'll just see. People have been saying that, but it's just like, it's another weird. So what is it? We're Holocaust deniers, or we're paid for by the state of Israel? Like, we really got to pick a lane here, people. You know what I'm saying? We really got to pick a lane here. Oh my gosh, there's 2 other super chats that we'll read before we go. Those small numbers of people are batteries for the system. We can waste your time breaking bread with batteries. Okay, I don't know exactly what that means, but Pentecostals are welcome to come on my show if they want. And then Snako321, I remember this guy. This is the guy. He said, these are people in the Word Radio Discord with the same anti-Semitic beliefs, including Holocaust now. I doubt that. I mean, maybe there's some errant person, but our mods are sharks, man. Like, they're swimming in the waters. If there's somebody that says something off the rails like that, there's no way Alicia Brown, there's no way Charlene, there's no way Blood Track or Samuel or Fog Defense, Chronomancer, or Ethan Fawcett are going to let that last. Please. That's absolute garbage. We have one of the best moderated, kindest Discords on the planet, all things considered. And the beauty of our mods, do you know our mods that well, Kwaku? You've never met them, right?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
At least I don't believe I have.
They are wildly politically diverse. I mean, there's some guys on there that like are so conservative. I'm like, dang, dude, like I'm almost uncomfortable. And then some of these mods, I mean, they're left to the hippies. Like, I don't want to say anti-gun activist internationals because American gun culture is far more different than overseas gun culture, but very, very like what we would consider left-wing here. We've got people that are very, very right-leaning and then people that are all very left-leaning that are mods of the chat, but they're so dedicated to the gospel of Jesus Christ, and that's what anchors them and grounds them, that they're able to get along. It's like watching apostles get along. Like, I'm sure Andrew the Zealot, the guy that was trained in how to assassinate Roman centurions and infiltrate Roman society in order to, quote, liberate the Jews politically, hated the fact that a tax collector on behalf of the Romans, a.k.a. Matthew the Levite, was also a follower of Jesus Christ. And I'm sure they probably clashed like crazy.
Yeah.
We've got that amongst our mods, but they work it out and they love each other and they moderate the chat and they do it
that's all paid by Israel.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, but we're also anti-Zionist, but we're also Zionist. But, oh, wait, what? Huh? How? Who? So, yeah, it's crazy. These people are nuts. So Savvy Turtle says, if you are real, you can tell her voice is so real. She is awesome. Bless her. Yeah, I think he's talking about the artist. And Grork just sent 20 Ward Radio gift memberships. Thank you, Grork. And we'd like to welcome everybody who was just gifted a membership to the Ward Radio Wigwam. Namely, before we go, I'm going to try and get your guys' names. Snako321, he just got one. So did Crispy743, Samwise9587, Carter Cromar 3980, Ritzped Ema, Cassidy Davis, Anthony Gamblin, Luden Prime, Cloud Dweller, Lucky Charm, Disturbed 1002, Juan Cholo, Catherine, Elizabeth Zahak, and then Wilson, Treeboy, and Isaac, and Kyle, Cable Dude, Lisa Frampton, Heron Holler, and Clicky Note all got them and received a membership as well. Thank you guys very much for your generosity. Before we go, Kwaku, anything you're working on right now, bro?
A lot. Always. But nothing.
Just follow you on Kwaku. Just follow you on Kwaku.
Yeah, give me a follow on Kwaku.
Okay, also awesome. If you guys want to support the channel, please make sure you check out the Ward Radio merch store. Consider purchasing a shirt there, as well as our popular War in Heaven veteran hats. It's been real, and it's been fun, and it's been real fun. For this and more, please check us out at wardradio.com.
I built a rocket in my basement.